Hi, my name is Sebastiaan from socialanxietysolutions.com. I'm an ex-social anxiety disorder sufferer and a social confidence coach and the host of a podcast show called Social Anxiety Solutions. And on that podcast show, I interview a bunch of psychologists, psychiatrists, Western traditionally trained experts who have incorporated energy psychology into their practice. Today in this video, I'm answering a question that was sent to me. This is the question. Sebastiaan, I wanted to ask, how can I cope with the belief that I have a disorder like SAD, social anxiety disorder? I unfortunately always saw people with mental health problems as inferior, weak, negative, and people you wouldn't like to have in your life. But realizing now that I have a disorder classified by psychiatric, I think he means, organizations, I feel like I'm crazy or something and I'm starting to blame myself for it. What can I do to change this belief? All right. Well, Pablo, thank you for your question. And it's an interesting thing, these labels that we have for what we're dealing with. On the one hand, it's nice to know that, okay, there's a classification for what I'm dealing with. So now it's actually something that I can work on because it's something that's known. Right, I know what I'm dealing with. It's this label. So now I can use the solutions to get rid of this particular label. All right, now, sorry for moving this thing around. I'm looking for a comfortable spot here. Don't want to hold my laptop. And on the other side, those judgments that you have are very common in society. Right? You know, society wants us to be, we gotta be the best looking, we gotta be the funniest, we gotta be the strongest, we gotta have the most success, the most money, the best car, the best job, and all of that stuff. But that's just society's programming. But yeah, then on top of that, it's also like, well, you're a loser when you're not that way. And so, social anxiety is rampant in people because they're trying to be as society wants them to be. So that's why many people actually suffer from social anxiety, especially in Western cultures, has been my experience at least. Now, you're talking about how you're judging yourself and how you're blaming yourself. Well, for one, it's not even something that you didn't purposely become anxious. It's not something that you on purpose did, and it's not that if you didn't want to have it, you wouldn't let go of it. That doesn't make much sense. Like if you hi. Yeah. I saw your friend yesterday. Yeah, I actually took her into the store. But I don't have my wallet on me. Why don't you go to Gusto in maybe 5 minutes or so?
5 minutes?
Yeah. Is that okay with you? No? Okay, I'll buy 2. Walay kwarta. I don't have money on me now. Pero unya, dito.
5 minutes?
Yes, 5 minutes. Sige.
I will be back 5 minutes.
Okay, salamat. Alright. Should we leave that in? So she's selling some stuff for her college. So she comes to sell this stuff all the time. Which is like nice Filipino delicacies. Anyway, on to this important thing that we're talking about. These judgments of yourself just make it worse, right? So now you don't just have this condition that you're dealing with, conditions, just a label. Now you also have all these emotions about it. So now you're already having a problem, and now you blame yourself, and now you feel frustrated, and now you're ashamed of it, and all these things on top of the problem that you're dealing with, and it just makes it worse, and it kind of locks the problem into place. So what you want to do is you want to say, okay, how do I feel about the fact that I'm dealing with this diagnosis? Okay, how do I feel about the fact that I'm dealing with social anxiety disorder? Well, you probably have a variety of feelings about it, and then you simply take one feeling that you feel most strongly. It might be self-blame, and you just focus on that particular one, and you start tapping. And as you start tapping, you just vent your feelings. Why am I such a loser? I shouldn't have this. It's pathetic I have this. It just vent, and you get all of it out, and you focus on the feelings that you feel in your body and so on. And you do maybe a few rounds of tapping, and then you're like, okay, take a breath. How do I feel now about the fact that I have social anxiety disorder? Right now it's maybe like, well, I feel so ashamed about it. All right, now you focus specifically on that shame, and you start doing the tapping. All of this shame that I have for it. What if someone finds out? It's my secret, blah, blah, blah. And you do a couple of rounds focusing on that. And then bit by bit by bit, and you also do that with your judgments. I'm a loser because I have social anxiety. You just say that thing over and over. I'm a loser because I have social anxiety. I'm a loser because I have social anxiety. And as you start doing the tapping, what you'll likely experience is that the feelings won't feel as strong anymore, and that judgment also won't feel as strong anymore. And as that judgment won't have as much emotional investment for you any longer, that's when new thoughts start to crop up, like, this might be what I'm dealing with, but it doesn't define me as a person. And this is a problem that I currently have, but it doesn't mean that I'll have it for the rest of my life when I take the actions to overcome it. And, this is a challenge that I'm having with now, but I take pride in the fact that I'm actually doing something about it. And blah, blah, blah. All these thoughts will start to slowly but surely come up, hopefully, in most cases for most people, and you'll start to gain a lot of relief. This is actually one of the most important first steps that you want to do in order to make any change. You want to accept where you're at. It's not nice. It's really difficult. Accepting doesn't mean that you want it that you agree that you have it or that you want it to stay. It just means, okay, this is the status quo. This is what I'm dealing with right now, and I'm going to release all my blame, all my self-judgment, all my negative feelings about it, and I'm going to get to a place of acceptance. I'll link to a video that I've created around this way back when. You can find that here. Okay, so hope this has been helpful. Thank you for your question, and I'm going back to the restaurant. All right, I release a video like this every week. If this was helpful for you, you can subscribe right here. And I'll talk to you next week. Bye for now.